Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome. Today marks the day of a new operation in World of Warships. It's the Operation Tokyo Express, which is part of the 10-year anniversary event. And let me tell you, this new mission, it's a bit of a handful. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I think if you're all on voice, you'll probably have a good time. If you're in a squadron. In a group of public players, you better hope the matchmaker's been kind, because damn. I mean, my first issue with it, and you know, it is a bit of an issue, is it allows up to 3 destroyers to queue. No, bad idea, bad idea. You need 2 tops. 3 is really a crowd. You can have all cruisers as well. It doesn't have a battleship slot, so you could have, like I've got here, 3 destroyers and 4 cruisers, which kind of doesn't work. And I'll tell you why it kind of doesn't work, because at some point in the mission you will be tasked with destroying a Musashi in your tier 8 cruiser, and he can overmatch you everywhere. So wargaming, come on guys, at least have 1 battleship as a compulsory pick. You know, don't allow the queue to continue unless there's at least 1 player with a battleship in the team, because without a battleship, if you don't know what you're doing in cruisers, and a lot of people don't, sorry guys, it is what it is, you're gonna get yourself sunk real quick. And unfortunately, without battleships, this mission is super hard and super dangerous. It's also pretty boring for battleship players, to be honest. I brought the Massachusetts B out for a few, and you're just dealing with tiny little destroyers. The cruisers all rush off and destroy everything before you get a chance to shoot at it, really. So unless you lose your cruisers, you find yourself with a lot of time on your hands. So there's that. There is that. What sort of battleships? Massachusetts, General American lines. You can bring the NC, North Carolina. Any tier 7 or 8 American battleship is going to have an impact. But you'll probably have to wait 5 or even 10 minutes before you get to use that impact on the game. So what we got here, if you check top left corner, you see your primary task is to locate and eliminate the destroyers carrying strategic cargo. Right, so there's 4 of them dotted around the map, and you can see all those islands on the mini-map, and you can see the little targets on some of those islands. Those are the places with the icons marked where you need to be, because some of those will have a little destroyer parked next to them that you need to destroy, and you have to find 4 of these ships and destroy them as part of your primary task, and of course sink a Musashi later. If you don't sink the Musashi, then all this hard work of going around the islands finding hidden destroyers to sink is for vain. It's for nothing. Nada. No stars for you. Okay, you will fail the mission and you won't get any stars. Secondary tasks are a chance to rack up more stars. Ensure at least 1 of your ships remains outside the illuminated area at all times. You know what? That sounded easy when I first read it, but every enemy ship you sink in this game mode leaves a flare behind, okay, which lights up the smaller ships. It's about 2-kilometer radius, okay, not particularly big, so you're not likely to get lit by those. But if you sink a cruiser, it leaves a 4-kilometer flare, you know, up to 4 kilometers. I'm not entirely sure it's 4 kilometers, but it feels like it, 4 to 5 kilometers. So everything within 4 or 5 kilometers gets lit. So you're going to lose a star very quickly by not being able to remain undetected, especially when destroyers come at you out of the smoke at this range, because it's a nighttime operation. And of course, what a nighttime operation means is that your detection goes down, as does the bot ship's detection. And you've got mini-kazes buzzing around the map here with some of the best detect in the game, so you're not going to see them until you're within flare range, like I just did here. I had no chance of avoiding the flare here at all, unless I sailed away and took a lot of damage in the process. And it's not instinctive. It doesn't feel natural. Oh, I better turn around and flee, or I better sail to within 3, away from the target, 3 kilometers, and fire from there, because then I won't get lit. Trust me, at some stage or the other, if you're in a destroyer, you're going to get lit by these bloody flares. Okay, so Tokyo Express, it's a no from me. I'm going to have to do this mission a lot of times to get all the stars, so that I can advance towards the San Diego, which is the top prize, a tier 8 Atlanta class light cruiser. And she is well worth the pain and agony that you're going to suffer doing Tokyo Express. Unless you get a better matchmaker than I have. I've been very unfortunate today. A lot of the people I've been playing with haven't got a clue, but the operation only launched today. So if you give it a couple of days, everyone will have clued up, watched my amazing video, and realized, hey, that's how you play Tokyo Express. And, you know, people will start getting stars for you. I mean, you can earn up to 5 stars in this mission like all the others. Now, we have to collect 3 buffs. You will be amazed how many players sail straight past these buffs. I'm heading towards one right now. They are at some of the ports on the map that were designated with the targets earlier, the islands. So look out for those. When you destroy a destroyer at the target, it quite often drops a buff. You want to pick those up. There's a Kagero over there we need to sink. He's part of the main mission. So you pick up the buff for your team. If you get 3 of these buffs for your team, and it's a team effort, you're counting on your teammates to actually pick buffs up. If you noticed, I just had to U-turn because our Yarsveld and our Cleveland sailed straight past the buff like a pair of clueless muppets. And clearly it's my job to sail all the way up the fucking map and all the way back down again and pick up the buff for the team. They probably don't even know what the buff means. You get health. You get health regen from the buffs, people. So please, 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 if you sail near a big white circle with a fucking plus sign in the middle of it, pick it up. The team will love you for it. They really will. And I'll love you for it too. I will. I will love you for it. Especially if you're on my team. Okay? So pick up the buffs. You only need to pick up 3 and they give you health regen. And the more you have, the better the regen. There's up to 4 of these bad boys on the map. I don't understand why people aren't picking them up, but they're not. They have not got a clue. Maybe it's because basically everything's in the top left corner of the screen of what you have to do, and that does require reading and patience and taking a little bit of time and thinking about the operation, okay? So, bottom line, if you need to do everything for your team, take a kit like I've done. It's a destroyer that can heal itself. It's probably one of the best premium destroyers for this mission because it can heal itself. Because you're going to be in for the long game. If these people don't know how to do the missions, guess who's going to be doing them? Yeah, you'll be doing them in the kid. Because you want 5 stars, even if your teammates don't, right? And you can see we've all been detected, so it's going to be 4 stars if we succeed in the mission. Now, we've still got 2 more Japanese destroyers to find in our primary task. We've only found 2 of them. Funny how I've had eyes on both of those. It would be nice, wouldn't it, if other teammates would go to the ports and find these flippin' destroyers for us. I think they have. I think they have. All the, if you look on the mini-map, you'll see that all the targets are gone from the islands, which means people have gone to these islands and then they failed to spot the destroyer. Oh, Lord, give me strength. Anyway, we've got 1 more destroyer to sink. It looks like our Baltimore found him. He got that one, so we've only got 1 more out there somewhere to get rid of. Okay. So that's good. Well done, Baltimore. Good job. Good job. But he's sailing past the buff. Can you see the buff right next to him? Yeah, the buff I'm sailing down towards to the south of the mini-map, right at the bottom at H5. Can you see that? You see he sailed straight past it? I mean, honestly, you just can't make this shit up. Okay. So, we've got 1 more destroyer to locate. We've only collected 2 of the 3 buffs. Okay, me and the Baltimore have done... Yeah, I don't know. Who picked up the other buff? I can't remember. My brain has gone foggy. Tell me in the comments. Anyway, collect at least 3 buffs. So we've missed 1. The Baltimore sailed straight past it, and he's still sailing along the H line, merrily oblivious to the fact that if he got that buff for the team and we complete the mission, we get an extra star. And what do the stars mean? They mean we advance up the chart towards our beloved San Diego that we want to get. And of course, just to make things really interesting, you've got Japanese torpedoes buzzing around everywhere, and we all know how much damage those bad boys do, so try and avoid them if you can. Try and avoid them. I'm going to pick this buff up because I want my star. There we go, so mission completed. You can see there's a 4th buff up at H2, H3. Alright. And here we go, the Shinomi. I've sent some torpedoes their way. I don't know if I'm gonna get lucky, but I've got to run because he's got a Miyoko backing him up, and they could burn me down. Looks like I've got some torpedo hits. That's good. But I'm gonna have to run around this island. God, using free. I'm abusing free look here as hard as I can. Whoa! There we go. There goes the Shinomi, and I didn't even look at him. Incredible. And round the side of the island we go. Now we're out of sight of the Miyoko. How many teammates have we got left? Nobody. Just me and the Baltimore. And the reason for that? No battleship, you see, and too many destroyers. Could have done with a couple of battleships in this mission, or at least one. They should make one compulsory, really, in my opinion. We've lost the entire team now, so I'm on my own to finish the entire mission. And what have we got? We've got a Musashi heading south, and I've got to destroy him. If I don't destroy him, how many stars do you think we get? That's right, we don't get any stars at all. So all that racing around, picking up fucking buffs for the team was for nothing, unless I managed to somehow get lucky enough to sink the Musashi. But trust me, I've got the entire Japanese Navy trying to stop me, so this is not going to be easy. Honestly, I don't even think they had this many ships in World War II, but certainly not after Uncle Sam had finished with them anyway. Okay, so there goes the Miyoko. Maybe this is set at the start of the war, isn't it? Pretty much just after Pearl Harbor, probably, whilst the Japanese fleets were strong. Yeah, that'll be it. I'm screwed. I'm so fucking screwed. Okay, let's see if we can take out the Shinomi. So we're going to fire on the Shinomi. We're going to try and close the gap on the Musashi. I think you know what I've got planned. Although he's got very good torpedo protection, I'm going to try and put 5 fish into his side. But it's going to be a YOLO action. And we've got a Udachi out of nowhere. Boom. And an Akatsuki. And I just lost my torpedo tubes and my rudder. Yeah, steering gears. Great. Oh, and an Amono. I'm so screwed. Yeah, I'm going to drop a smoke just to see if I can disengage, but I'm in a flare, so I'm lit for the entire world to see. You can hide in smoke in a flare, but I'm too close to this Udachi, which means basically my guns are lighting me up. Let's see if we can get the Shinomi. Yeah, okay. And that just leaves the Akatsuki and the Amono, who is basically going to kill me, isn't he? Okay, let's see if we can get out of here. But this mission is a real tough ask for the general public, I think, that play World of Warships. General players are going to struggle with this one. It's going to be a long grind, gentlemen. You've basically got to complete 12 levels, and you're going to need stars for that, and you only get stars for wins. So bear that in mind. Okay, we got 12 in the end. Did we get 12? Yes, we did. Okay, so I didn't even get close to the Musashi. He got close to me. So Tokyo Express is more like Tokyo Fail, really. Not too impressed with this one, Wargaming. Don't think the player base is up to the sheer enormity of the mission or task in front of them. But that's just my opinion. Opinions may vary. Please tell me your thoughts on Tokyo Express. Drop them in the comments. And if you enjoyed this enlightening video on how tough this mission is, don't forget to like and subscribe. Right, I'm probably going to go off down the pub now and have a few gins. Because I could probably do with some gin, because that was incredibly stressful. Yeah, a pint of gin, please. Right, I'll show you the build. Show you the build. There you go, that's the build. And there's the equipment, the shady equipment. That's my Sherman build, if I'm honest. That's what I use on the Sherman. Alright. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video, and as I just said, don't forget to like and subscribe, people. Your support matters. Catch you down the pub. Cheers.